What's going on, Born for Sports? In this second day of March, we're heading towards the spring soon. Winter is trying to hold on for dear life, but we're on our way to a spring and a playoff run from the New York Knicks. Speaking of those New York Knicks, right now they're in a bit of a tailspin. These injuries have caught up to the team. We got some news this week I'll get to in a moment, but it's been a tough little stretch here. As the schedule's gotten a little tough on the Knicks. Running out of bodies. You could clearly see the rotation is playing a lot of minutes because of these major injuries. And a 4-8 record in February is not good. It's not good, especially after the All-Star break. They have not played that well. But with these kind of injuries they've been dealing with, it's bound to happen that the law of averages were going to come on the Knicks, and they would have to, come through a little tough stretch. So hopefully this is their only tough one, and they need to play a little better. Jalen Brunson's been a little banged up. He's still playing though. Had a little neck issue the other day, and then came back and missed. What was it? The game he missed. A game after that, and then came back for the Golden State, New Orleans Pelicans game. And again, the Knicks hung around for most of that game and just couldn't get over the hump. And, he played the other night against Golden State, but had a pretty good game, but the team just didn't shoot well. And when you got a situation where you're missing three or four rotation players, sooner or later, the minute distribution of the team making up for those losses are going to catch up to guys, especially role players who are not used to playing that many minutes. Ihart clearly has an Achilles issue that's bothering him, and it's affecting his play now. And because of, all the injuries, I think the Knicks are trying to be careful with him, but they also need him at the same time for his presence in the middle, and are trying to, play him as much as they can, and it's clearly affecting him. I think if the Knicks had better depth in the front court, he wouldn't even be playing right now. But, he is, and, he's doing the best he can out there, but you could clearly see it's affecting his game. You could clearly see it. The trade with the Alex Burks and Bogdanovich has not looked good yet. As you could expect, you would assume that it's going to take time for them to gel with the new team, new unit. Alex Burks looks awful out there. Awful. I don't know what happened to him when he went to Detroit, man, but he is not the same kind of – he doesn't play the same style of play that I remember when he was with the Knicks. He's chucking shots and just playing – erratic. As soon as he touches the ball, it's like he feels he has to shoot and score right away. Dude, let the game come to you, man. But he isn't playing well, and hopefully he gets it going. But these are the reason why I was not keen on bringing Alec Burks back to the Garden, because as the only major move, I should say, because, depending on him to boost the team up in a role like that is dicey, because of his style of play. That's why I was real happy about Bogdanovich being in that trade. To me, he was the major piece in that trade, and he's been erratic. He had some pretty good games, but then he's had some games where he hasn't played well either. And you could tell, he's hampered a little bit by that calf situation that he had over in Detroit that the Knicks knew he had brought here, that he missed the game before the All-Star break for. But he's trying to learn the team chemistry and build it. So you got to give these guys some time after that trade, Got to give them time. And there's no doubt in my mind, once our stars come back, once our players like OG and Randle come back, and maybe Mitch down the road, these guys are going to be major factors for the playoffs. So the news also one more thing. We need to play Deuce a little more than we are, Tibbs. Like, Alec Burks isn't it right now. Stop forcing it with him. Until he gets it going, Deuce needs to be a major player in this rotation. And I got news for you. If Alex Burks doesn't get it together by the time of the playoffs, he's going to have to be out of the rotation, man. I'm sorry. To me, Bogdanovich brings more value to the role that he's going to have anyway. So hopefully Burks gets it going. News of the week, Randle might be getting close. There's been rumors he might be close. I'll believe it when I see it. You've seen videos of him working out. He looks pretty good. If he has no setback, there was a report by, I think, Woj or Shams yesterday that if he is pretty good to go after this week and no setbacks, he might be returning. So that'll be good news. OG has been cleared to do basketball activities, not contact yet, but basketball activities. So hopefully he's getting closer, and he'll be joining the team maybe in another week or two. So all in all, we got to get our guys back, man. We got to get our guys back, because if we don't and we keep losing, we're going to be in danger of having to drop into that play-in tournament mix, you know. And even though as a whole, when the team is a whole, this team is going to be a factor in the playoffs, might have to do it the hard way getting into the playoffs, and that could affect their first round matchup. And you know, in the NBA playoffs, it's all about matchups, no matter how much talent you got. So hopefully, you know, these guys come back and the Knicks play better and win a couple of games and get away from that in tournament mix. So, you know, the play-in tournament mix. So all in all, hopefully it starts tomorrow. You know, we got a big game tomorrow that we got to win, and get this thing going. Let's go Knicks. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports.